Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about OPK tests, better known as ovulation predictor kits. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about what an OPK test is, how to read it, when to use it if you are trying to conceive, and what it really means. So make sure that you watch till the end because in this video I'm going to be giving you guys a plethora of valuable information that you may not know. Okay, so first of all, what is an OPK test? An OPK test is an ovulation predictor kit. The one I got looks like this. It brings 50 ovulation test strips and 20 pregnancy test strips. So I'll open this up in a little bit just to show you guys what it looks like and what to expect when you are using it. An OPK test is a home testing kit that you use to check your urine, and it lets you know when you are most likely to be fertile based on your LH surge. When a female's egg is released from her ovaries, a LH surge occurs, and that is when she is most viable to be getting pregnant. And this usually lasts 12 to 24 hours. If a female's egg is not fertilized within 12 to 24 hours, the egg drops and you have to wait a whole nother month to retest and to try again to conceive. So it's very, very important to know when you are ovulating so that you do not waste any time, because trust me, when you are trying to conceive, waiting another month can seem eternal when you are trying to conceive. So making sure that you time it properly is vital. Now, there are different forms of testing for ovulation. You can try a basal body temperature known as BBT, and there are some apps that you can use, such as the Kandara app. There is checking your cervical mucus to make sure it's stretchy, egg white-like. You can also check the positioning of your cervix by inserting your fingers up there. But if you don't know what you're looking for, that's not really going to help you out. Obviously, an ovulation predictor kit is another way, and being really in tune with your body and knowing when you have that sexual desire that is being increased in you. So when you get your box, you're simply going to open it, and then you're going to have two sides. The blue side, which is your ovulation test strips. It comes in 50, and you're going to have 20 pregnancy tests, which tests your HCG hormones. So these are not digital tests. They look just like these, but they work just as well. So an average cycle for a woman is usually 28 days long. Now, keyword is average. My cycle is a lot shorter. My cycle is about 24 to 25 days long, but other women may have a longer cycle, 32, 34 days. And a period, an average period, can last anywhere from 2 days to 5 days. So a woman may have a period for 9 days, 7 days, 6 days, but the average is 2 to 5 days. So depending on your menstrual cycle, a lot of apps won't work. So that's why these little guys are more specific, because they are more in tune to your hormones, your LH surge, despite how long or short your menstrual cycle or your periods are. Ovulation usually, on average, occurs 12 to 14 days before your next period starts. And fortunately or unfortunately, women only ovulate once a month. So there's one egg that gets released one time, once a month, and that time frame is, again, 12 to 24 hours. So if that egg is not fertilized, down the drain it goes, and you have to wait a whole nother month for that egg to be released. So let's say your period is from the 1st of the month to the 5th. When do you want to start taking these? Well, since you have 50, you can start taking them the day after. But realistically, you're not going to start ovulating or seeing any LH surge the day after, or after, or after, or after, or after. Typically, you want to start to use this a couple days after your period. Ideally, maybe like 4 days or 3 days after, or even a week after, because like I said, there's not going to be an egg dropping within 5 days. But if you're anxious and you just want to see how it works, start taking this as soon as your period is over, once or twice a day. It's up to you. So what time to take this? Some women take it as soon as they wake up with their first urine of the morning, but I did some research and it said that it's probably better to take it between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and not to have too much water before you take the test, because it might dilute your LH surge. Make sure you have a little cup next to your bathroom, a Dixie cup, a glass cup, something you can easily clean. When you get ready to use your ovulation predictor strips, you're gonna rip the package and take out the strip. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, this is the line where you're going to put your pee in, dip it into a cup. And then here you're going to have a control line, and that line will always be visible. And then after a couple of minutes, you are going to see another fainter or darker line appear right next to the control line. So it says max. So you don't need to dip the whole stick in urine. Just dip the tip of it right to that black line. And I liked to swirl it, get all those hormones and LHs and all that urine just nice and, I don't know, it just made me feel better. Just, you know, swirl it around. And then I just like put it right on top of here, got dressed, brushed my teeth, and went back to it 3 minutes later. Now, the box shows you what it should look like if there is an LH surge. So here we have the ovulation test. And then here there's an LH surge where the line is darker or as dark as the control line. Here it shows you if there's no LH surge because the line is not as dark or darker. And here there's basically the test didn't work. And then it also shows you what a pregnancy test should look like. I will insert in here what my ovulation test strips look like as the days progress so that you can see what it looks like for yourself. So when you start to notice that the line gets darker, don't immediately tell your partner, okay, it's time to have sex. No, give it a couple more days, try again the next day and the next day and the next day, and then you will see when it gets darker. You will instinctually know, okay, now it's time. This is my window of opportunity. But a key thing to know is that when you see that LH surge, you are not ovulating yet. I repeat, you are not ovulating yet. You ovulate 12 to 24 days after that surge. This is not to say that you should not have sex when you have your peak, because sperm can live in you for up to 5 days during exceptional conditions. So even if you don't have sex the day after and you have sex the day of your peak, you have a really, really, really high chance of getting pregnant because that sperm is just waiting in your body until that egg drops the next day. And as soon as that egg drops, that sperm's gonna be like, I got it. As you will see in my strip, I started to have sex on a Friday, a Saturday, and on Sunday, I hit my surge. So I had sex all 3 days, but on Monday, I did not have sex because I did not know that that was when I was actually ovulating. But luckily, the sperm from Sunday stayed in my system and was able to then fertilize the egg on Monday, and thus I got pregnant. All right, guys, I hope that this video was useful to you. And a couple key takeaways to remember is when to take your OPK test, a couple days after your period. For how long to take your OPK test, as you want, or until you hit that peak LH surge. When to have sex, a couple days leading to your LH surge, and definitely the day after you've hit that LH surge. How to use the test, you simply grab a little Dixie cup or any cup, you insert the stick into it till it says the max line, swirl it if you'd like, and lay it flat for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then come back and read the test. How to read the test, the line has to be as dark or darker than the control line for you to have a positive LH ovulation surge. Will this guarantee pregnancy? No, unfortunately not. But normally, if you have a normal cycle and you have no underlying issues, this should work for you. Now, after you've taken your ovulation predictor kit testing and you've did the do, how long after should you test for pregnancy? Well, typically you only get HCG hormones that show up in your urine, which is the hormone that you start produce when you're pregnant, a couple days before your period. I was anxious and tested 10 days past my ovulation date, and it came out positive. And I will also show you up here what that looks like. The line was so faint, but as long as there's a line of any sort, that basically means you got the green light and you're pregnant. Congratulations. I had a friend that tested 11 days DPO and her line was super, super faint, but hey, as long as it's there, it's okay. I knew somebody who tested 5 days DPO. Nothing came up, but a couple days later, it did come up. So ideally, wait at least 10 days past your ovulation. So if you ovulated on the 10th, wait until the 20th to test. But ideally, you want to test a couple days before your missed period or when you've gotten your missed period. But if you're like me and you're anxious a couple days before, you should also see some kind of HCG surge on your strip. Now, with this pregnancy test, you don't have to buy a digital one, but if it makes you feel better, if it seems more realistic to you, then go ahead and buy one, but this one is just as good. I will link down in the description box below the brand that I used. Again, it is called the Easy at Home Opk Test. I will link it down below. You can find it on Amazon for about $16 and some change, and you get 50 test kits and 20 pregnancy test readers. So you can't go wrong with this purchase. It's extremely valuable. It'll help you out. It'll take all the guessing game out of it. You won't waste any time. You will know exactly when you are ovulating, when you are not ovulating, and it can help you get pregnant, or it can help you avoid pregnancy if that is what you're trying to do. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this journey with me. And as always, I will see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.